Come get some.
First world, come in and take a seat. Pay us no attention, it's all conspiracy. We have satire and parody, some funny, some perverse. If none of it's offensive to you, you'd be the first.
Fairview's coffee has mysteriously gone missing. Mayhem ensues when strange, coffee-craving zombies plague the city. Detective Mickey Potatoes, an overworked public servant, uncovers why ordinary citizens are losing their minds and how to stop the coffee apocalypse. But it involves the mafia. And when you're dealing with mafia crime families, nothing is ever easy. the mafia controls everything in the city, including the police, including him. If he breaks the mafia, they will break him. So, the city is without coffee. The city is burning before his very eyes, but he's powerless. Detective Potatoes has the power to stop the coffee apocalypse, but if he does, he could lose everything.
And now for something completely different.
And here we go.
Honeycomb's big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not small. No, no, no.
Kiss my entire ass.
Oh, my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
I'm gonna get a cappuccino soon. I'm gonna strangle somebody.
So just sit right down, relax, open your ears real wide and say, give it to me straight, doctor, I can take it.
Kick the chops out from under the wheels. Flaps up. No offense, Margaret. Contact. We're off. Rum, rum.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
Oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.
The doctor is in. Babies. What's going on, everybody? Let's check in with the chat and see what's up. You want to pour me a cup of Java? Yeah, I'll pour you one up. Oh, you want to pour me one? Somebody pour somebody some damn coffee is what I'm saying. As always, I've got my anti-asshole serum flowing right here. That's good stuff is what that is. Oh my God. It's good to see Dawn. Good to see Woody hanging out in the chat. Listen, it's been an eventful week. And to help me break it all down, let me bring out this guy.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Gordon Shumway, nice to meet you. Interested in a new Buick?
Nonsense. I've not yet begun to defile myself.
I'll make you famous.
I'll make you famous. What is going on, my brother?
What's going
Chat,
on?
how are you?
What's up? What's up? Man, what a week it has been. It has been an entire week of Mondays.
Oh, man.
How's Tricks, Doc? Good to see you, Rich. How's Tricks treating you? Yeah. We were having a good conversation backstage. And it all triggered off of a segment we're doing later in Great Moments in Comics. But I gotta ask the nostalgia question, because I brought this up to Tanner. I watched Speed Racer as a child. I saw Speed Racer before I ever saw my first real race. And it ruined racing for me. And I want to know, did this happen to anybody else? It's like my dad said one day, he goes, hey, my buddy Keith's coming over. We're going to watch the race. And I went, the race? Ooh. And so I sat down to watch the race with them. And it was just some guys going in a circle. There were no rockets, jacks, saw blades, robots flying through the air, people shoving each other off of cliffs with explosions. It totally let me down.
Where's the excitement?
Yeah, this is not racing. I'll go watch Speed Racer. That's racing.
Oh, meanwhile, Richard Corbin is making Death Race 2000.
Yeah. I wasn't allowed to watch that. But yeah, it totally messed me up, man. I was looking forward to some of that good stuff. And, we were talking about the Mach 5 as designed for that cartoon. One of the best looking cars to this day.
To this day, absolutely.
Proportions are perfect. And I remember, Tanner, I told you this. I asked my dad, why can't we get a Mach 5? And my dad didn't say it's a fictitious. No, he said, well, son, it's only a 2-seater. It's only a 2-seater. So Pariah Blood and Mud has funded.
Hell yeah.
Got across the finish line. It was like running a race with your feet tied together because we were shadow banned in sign up.
Yeah.
So it was a fight to the finish to get it there.
Jesus.
And we're barely over the line now. So
but you're there.
Yeah, we're there. I'm going to beg, borrow, plead. If you haven't backed it yet, even if it's just a digital tier, go back it. So in case somebody has to refund, we don't get thrown back below that line. Is what I'm saying.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna take a quick look at my project, and then we're gonna take a quick look at a project by my lovely co-host Tanner. Let's do this thing. Revenge, the sweetest morsel to the mouth that ever was cooked in hell. Funding now, boys and girls.
Back it now.
Yeah, I'll drop the link, or Pops, if you could drop the link to it in chat, that'd be groovy. I'm sorry. I like that song. If you yourself can't back it, yeah, head on out to your social media and drop that link around for me. I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, baby. I never realized drawing rats could be so much fun. Once I started, I couldn't stop. Needs more rats.
More rats.
More rats. Now you got a little
rats.
Oh, rats. You got a little something going on too.
I do. I have a little something called electric. I need to send you the new video. I got a new one.
Yeah, you do. That's some good looking art, man. That's all I got to say. That is good looking sequentials, the pinups. it screams. It came from the 90s.
It can't. Yeah, it's a '90s book. You know, I'm a '90s baby, so obviously we got some great art by Benjamin Sanchez. C. Michael Lanning provided some, but he just got out of the hospital. Glad to hear that he's doing much better and he's back home, and he's been fighting a battle with some health issues. So
now, is this the artist that kind of went missing on you for a minute?
No.
Still haven't heard from that dude?
No, I've never heard from that guy. That guy, he took my money and ran. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Let the buyer beware.
Oh, yeah.
Never pay full price up front. If you're a publisher, producer, or writer, pay half up front, the other half when you're happy. Period. I never, ever, ever, as a penciler artist, I never expect anybody to pay me fully up front. It's just the way it is. Because, some people will scam you. They'll grift you. These things happen. Hey, what do you think, Tanner? Let's do some meme reviews.
Let's do some meme reviews. That sounds great.
All right, here we go. Now, most of these memes come to you courtesy of Pops. So I came in the studio and I was setting up and I looked at what he brought. I went, damn, man, I can't top those. Those are good. So we start off with this one. Nurse, sir, you've been in a coma for 1 month. Me, oh boy, I can't wait to watch Tucker Carlson tonight with an ice cold Bud Light.
My, how things can change in a month, huh?
So, in case you haven't heard, both Tucker Carlson at Fox and Don Lemon over at CNN are out. Now, the difference is Don Lemon was a ratings killer and Tucker was a cash cow. So one of those is for logical reasons. The other one may have some other motivation. Don't know. Here we go. Bam! How I look when I'm about to post something that would get me unfollowed.
And yeah, it happens. Sometimes I post stuff and people unfollow me. Oh well. It's like grow some skin. Grow some skin.
It is what it is. It is what it is. We are where we are. Bam! Man who accidentally left 300,000 guns for the Taliban gives lecture on gun control. When you arm an entire terrorist nation state,
don't forget to fly in another country with guns.
Yeah, just kind of makes you go, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A wolf attacks a sheep. The sheep dies. The other sheep observe the killing and notice that the teeth kill the sheep. The sheep remove their own teeth for their own safety. Liberal logic. Liberal logic. And then, you're always going to get Facebook fact checked by these guys. And I couldn't resist, anytime I get a chance to take a dig at Greta. You want to buy Wendy's classic triple meals, and the guy asks if you're having a party. How dare you? How dare you? You put yourself out there, Greta, okay?
What's
You're
up,
an
Shadow?
adult now. Take it. Hey, Shadowhawk, good to see you, my brother. Here we go. Wham! Now, look. We got to look at this one closely because this kid is a legend. Refocus form. His name is Harold. I engaged in unacceptable behavior by making copies of Dogman comics in the office. My behavior caused, and he scratched all that out and said, my behavior caused teachers to freak out. How will my behavior change in the future? Be more quieter when making copies of Dogman comics in the office. I am ready to rejoin the classroom. No. Why? Too busy making Dogman comics. And then he drew Dogman at the bottom. No drawing. How many times do we have to talk about this? Listen.
Forget about it, lady. It's over. It ain't changing.
This kid is going places.
He knows what he wants in life. I'm telling you.
That's a kid.
I love it.
That kid is a hero.
Right on. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. All hail Harold.
Yes, that look on your face sketch. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I saw Carissa got banned last night for a while. Poor Carissa, she's like, what did I do? You know? I just gotta say.
You know, Facebook will get you for sharing, for doing all, just for doing normal shit that you're supposed to do on Facebook, and they call it social networking. But then when you try to network, they go, "How you gonna do that?"
Yes, I am aware. I'm aware. Listen, I will never forget. There's a whole video over on my Fine Art channel about a painting of sunflowers that I did that they labeled as sexual content and inappropriate and took it down. Thus began one of the most frustrating arguments I ever got into in my life, because there's a click here to appeal the decision.
Yeah.
I did. There are only 2 fields to fill out. What was it? Clicked on that. Explain. This is a fucking flower.
Well,
hold on. It gets better. I clicked send. It said, you did not complete the form. There's only 2 fields here.
Yeah, but they want a certain amount of characters.
You didn't say that.
I just hit the Z button and hold it down until the send button lights up. Like,
well, what I did was,
I'm so bored with you guys. I'm so tired of this shit.
Oh, Woody. Hey, now. Hey, whoa.
I kept
getting sexual here.
It's going to get us kicked off.
Don't you be showing that sexual content on here, baby. So, hold on.
Doc's doing the Max. He's doing his Max impression right now. That's what Doc's doing.
The race to the grave. So I spammed the appeal key. Just kept finally got a different response thing to type into and was able to communicate with them. And then there was how did you feel about our customer service? I said, what customer service? It's non-existent. That's how I feel about it. Oh my goodness. Well, Don, you do you. Okay. That sunflower triggers you. That's on you. It was not my intent. So yeah, social media, you can post, if you're the Ayatollah in Iran, if you're Antifa, you can post, but if you post the American flag, somebody might get triggered. That's the world we're living in.
Unfortunately.
That is where we are. I'm dying over here. I got to get my throat spray.
And break.
Woo! That's not even my normal smoking thing. That's allergies. I cut the grass yesterday.
Oh, damn.
And by cut the grass, I mean the weeds, because my lawn now looks like Baghdad. And everything that can possibly get you is getting me. Holy buckets. Tanner, let's do this thing right here.
Good morning. I'm Tanner Hurley, and this is another edition of Great Moments in Comic History. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, I kind of want to talk about the independent Asian invasion of the late 80s, or mid to late 80s, early 90s. You had wonderful here I'll pull some of them up. Wonderful companies like Antarctic Press and Ben Dunn coming out there doing books like Lilith and Ninja High School. Academy Comics Unlimited, Jason Waltrip doing comics like, Metal Bikini here, which is, absolutely hilarious. He also did a lot of Robotech, so I have a lot of those. Malibu Comics with their Project Akos. And Dark Horse was producing a lot of manga. And what this gave way to was the Asian invasion, as I like to call it, of the 90s. That gave us Vits, that gave us Tokyo Pop, that gave us the format that we see nowadays, which is more traditional to the Japanese.
Wait, was that an actual manga book? Is that the size they come?
This is the size that they come in right here. This is an actual one I got. This is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I bought that when I was in Japan.
Wow. That is, listen, I know there's a lot of pluses to manga, but one, I ain't reading shit backwards, and two, I want a bigger comic book.
Well, this is actually a big comic. You're looking at like 100, 200 pages sometimes.
Dimensions.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, listen, here's the thing, in my opinion. Manga is taking everything by storm because they are not bending to anybody's ideas of socially acceptable. They're just telling their stories. Mm-hmm. And they tell long-term stories with the same characters without rebooting them every few months and without doing their DEI crap. It's just making content. Well, hey, boys and girls, that's what we're doing in indie comics.
Which is why, like I said, I wanted to showcase this because these are all indie publishers back in the day. It's no different than what's going on nowadays in the world of, Kickstarter and Indiegogo and crowdfunding as we know it. So the correlation is here,
we are at this crossroads. It's happening now, present tense. You see us, you see us playing these trailers for all these wonderful products. And that's only a fraction of what's out there, boys and girls.
Oh my God. I know, right?
Research indie comics and back an independent creator because these are typically the people who just don't give a damn about being politically correct. They just want to tell good stories. And there's a lot of talent out there. So this has been another Great Moments with Tanner Hurley. I didn't think I was going to live through that break, Tanner.
Oh, really?
That was getting me, boy. I feel better now, though. I coughed up a hamster. I'll be all right. Holy cow. Got the free refill of coffee going on. I'm in good shape now.
Heck yeah.
So, got a new segment I'm going to be doing. Someone had asked me, they said, Doc, what you should do is, and I love it when sentences start that way, don't you? What you should do is you should do counseling sessions with people live.
Oh,
right,
no.
One, counseling some real shit and some real will happen. All right. That's not good. Two, I'm retired and my credentials are no longer valid. So I ain't counseling nobody. You go to jail for that shit. I ain't doing that. But what I can do is we can answer some questions, and that's what we're going to be doing here. So we've got a new segment called
What's up, Doc? What's cooking? What's up, Doc? Oh, you're looking.
You serious?
You serious?
We're going to be talking about a word that gets bandied around in social media quite a bit. And that is, you'll see people arguing. They go, "You're obviously suffering from cognitive dissonance." And
oh my gosh.
What is that? Well, I'm going to break it down for you here. Let me share my screen. Pops, when this goes up.
That actually got brought up last night at a recital for like middle school. So there is a
Can you bring
a
that
doctor.
up?
What's that?
Can you? I was asking Pops to add this to the stream. Hey, there we go. All right. So cognitive dissonance simplified. Here we go. Let's imagine that you live back in this day. All right. You're going to sea, and there's a line that says, "Don't sail past this point. This is the edge of the world. You'll fall off. Here be dragons, whatever." Okay. And you believe this because experienced sailors have taught you so. All right. Now you're going to sea. But then suddenly somebody puts you in a rocket ship, flies you up into space, and you look down and you see the Earth. And it's a sphere. And you go, "Holy shit, it's a sphere." But I was told that if I do, it's the edge of the world. So now cognitive dissonance is going to cause you to experience some anxiety because you cannot hold two contrasting truths in your head at the same time and give them the same weight in your decision making. This is cognitive dissonance. All right. So I believed something to be so, but it's not. And it's been shown to me that it's not so. And if I don't let go of my erroneous thinking, it can cause anxiety, depression, all kinds of good stuff. But it in and of itself is not a mental health disorder. It is simply a symptom of some bad thinking. All right. So cognitive behavioral therapy typically says we want to bring your thoughts and your feelings into alignment so that you interact with the world in a more genuine manner. And that, my friends, is cognitive dissonance simplified.
What's up, Doc? What's cooking? What's up, Doc? Oh, you're looking.
You serious?
So if you see someone online and they're arguing with you and they say, "You need to get help, you have cognitive dissonance," they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Of course, I always love the online psychiatrists just as much as I love the armchair lawyers, the armchair police officers, you know, all these sudden experts that exist. You know, people go to school for the better part of, well, over a decade to be able to do these jobs. And then whoosh, suddenly this guy that's sitting in his mama's basement, you know, eating his Hot Pockets, he's the expert and you're not.
Well, I know because you know I'm learning that most high school principals or principal of schools are typically doctors nowadays.
Right.
I know because you know when I politely address them as sir or ma'am, I'm constantly hit with "That's doctor, actually." Like I'm supposed to know you went to school for 7+ years.
I went in to go see my stepdaughter's high school counselor. I don't like that we shared that title. And this guy became aware of it quickly because he goes, and what do you do for a living? I said, "I'm a counselor." "Oh, what school?" I said, "No, I'm in private practice. I'm a counselor." Anyway, he said, and I quote, "Oh, you're a real counselor." Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I don't just tell kids, "Feel free to use your pronouns." All right. Like you do. I actually treat things like cognitive dissonance. When you think in your head that you're a woman and you look down and you see one meat and two veg hanging there, that's cognitive dissonance, baby. I'm just saying.
Well, that's what cracked me up is, she's using all these big words for a middle school recital. And I'm like, well, I know what cognitive dissonance is. I was like, but, well, why would you talk like this?
Right. There's always that person that wants to throw around terms. The one I see the most is narcissist.
Yeah.
Anybody that they think is even a little bit self-centered is a narcissist.
Oh my god.
That is not narcissistic personality disorder, boys and girls. Okay.
No, if only you knew. These people
criteria for that. You can say you're selfish or you're self-centered, but if you don't know what you're talking about, don't make yourself, or as a character in Sherlock Holmes book put, don't make a bigger fool of yourself than you can help.
It's so true.
All of you guys at some point were experts at what you did, and you never wanted to hear some novice who doesn't know anything come in and tell you all about your job. Am I right?
Absolutely.
I mean, come on.
Especially if you're the one that created something and you're the only one that knows everything about it, that makes you the only expert.
Now, did you set me up for that? Because this is a true story. As a counselor, I had a contract with the Georgia Department of Corrections working with their felony addiction program. It's called the DRC, Day Reporting Center. One of their higher ups asked me if they had relapsed while they were in the program, they would just lock them up for a couple of weeks and bring them back and restart the program. Well, that's not beneficial to anybody other than a detox period, right? Yeah. And so one of the higher ups said, can you develop a program that's 2 weeks, daily 1 hour sessions for those that relapse while they're in the program to reinforce their building blocks to put them back in the program without putting them in jail? I said, yeah, I can do that. So I developed that program, evidence-based research, compiled it all together. They reviewed it. They approved it. Great. We start using it. And with God as my witness, people, I got an email from the Department of Corrections that said I had to go to training on this new program to get certified in it. I fucking created it.
Yeah, you created the program, and now you need to get certified.
Yeah, I got to go get certified in it.
In the program.
Seems like you should be instructing the instructors who are going to teach other people how to do it.
We used to do that. It was train the trainer courses.
Yes. Now, I went down to this training because, I mean, come on, it gets you out of work. It's held at a high-end hotel in their conference room with good food. And you're out of work all day long. Yeah, of course I'm going to go, right? So I boogie on down. This is, a 30-minute drive every day. I boogie on down there. And we're into day one, and the trainer's already getting shit wrong, and I kept correcting him. And he said, well, I mean, some of this is open to interpretation. I said, no, it's not, because I wrote it. Look at the name. Written and edited by who? Here's my name tag. Fucking idiot.
Oh,
somebody who has never.
See, that's gotta drive you nuts too. Then someone blotching all your stuff,
Yeah, somebody who's never hunted before is gonna go teach you how to shoot your own food. What?
Yeah.
What? This is the world we're living in, boys and girls. Meat and two veg. Meat and two veg. So I was gonna have Stephen B out here as a guest today, but he's at work.
Oh man,
Stephen B. Great little guy. We love him to death. He's part of the family here. He relaunched Crips and Legends over on Fund My Comic. Let's play his trailer real quick.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
The more I see of Stephen B's art, the more I like it. It is cartoony, but it's supposed to be.
And he just gets better, you know.
He keeps getting better. And his internal page is some of the best storytelling I've ever seen. He knows how to lead you through a page.
Yeah, he's got a good eye for that.
Yeah, he does. Keep your eye on Stephen B. All right. boldcatstudios. This guy's going places. He never stops working. You know, I like to think I'm kind of a workhorse at this stuff. No, this dude, man.
No.
If he's awake, he's working. You know? So go give him a look on Fun My Comic. Support him if you can.
Which I need to get on there and see what's new.
Yeah. He was also shadow banned on Indiegogo. And he was like, why am I even going to try this here? You know, I slogged through it. And he's like, I'm not doing that. And I don't blame him one bit. Of course, you know, I was deeper into it before I realized this was almost a futile endeavor. But we got around it. But I don't blame anybody. And from henceforth, all of my IPs will be on Fun My Comic. I am not going to do business with people who work against me.
I've said it once. I'll say it again. You know, everyone knows my stance on Indiegogo. I personally hate Indiegogo. I think they're unscrupulous, and I just feel bad for people like you who go on there and get screwed by them.
Yeah, and when you're literally talking to the rep on the phone.
Yeah.
And they say, you're not shadow banned. And you say to them, then go search for my book right now. It won't show up. What do you call that? I'll have to get back to you.
Man.
I'll have to get back to you.
Actually, what they call it is deplatforming. Y'all are using the wrong word.
Well, deplatforming means they take you off the platform completely.
Well, but I mean, if they eliminate your people being able to find you, it's the same thing. You gotta use the word they're using. I'm just saying.
Whatever. Here's what I do know, however. Timothy Fling has these details. No, not Timothy. Apex has these details. Indiegogo and Kickstarter are doing a joint webinar, a 3-day webinar on crowdfunding. As many of us as can possibly go are going to attend this thing, and in the chat, just spam, why do you shadow ban? Why do you shadow ban? Why do you shadow? And when they say you don't, drop your link and say, my book is shadow banned on there. Why? And just keep spamming it.
Oh, yeah.
And I got questions for Kickstarter, too, because I want to know why Peter Cimeti's campaign can show up on Kickstarter when he don't put it there.
Right. And, you know, this is the thing, too, boys and girls. If you don't remember, this is a fairly recent thing. A year and a half ago, when I showed up in this community, you didn't go to Kickstarter because they would not just shadow ban you, they would just yoink your whole campaign and never tell you. Indiegogo was the safe place to go. Free speech. They have reversed.
Not
Indiegogo
really.
is now shadow banned.
Kickstarter's still the same way it was. They will still kick you off if they get enough bad publicity or bad emails or whatever. They'll still.
Yeah, which one was it that just outright yoinked
Crowdfunder?
No, not that. I mean, was it Indiegogo or Kickstarter that yoinked him?
Young too, Mike.
Talking about Mike?
Yeah, it was Kickstarter.
That was Kickstarter.
Yeah. Because his book was racist. The book's not out. You haven't read it. You don't know anything about it. No. But you succumbed to a hate
outside pressure.
But I was talking to Luke Stone at Fun My Comic, and I said, please, I thought he had done this, and I was wrong. So if I misspoke, please forgive me. But I said, you ought to have a automatic response letter to hate campaigns that try to ban people that says, thank you for contacting Fun My Comic. We have heard your opinion. It is not valid. We don't practice censorship. Piss off.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he does. He just tells them, don't you?
He doesn't even answer them. He don't respond to them. Like, whatever. I would have that letter because the message would soon get out. Don't try it. with Fund My Comic, it ain't gonna work. Okay.
Yeah, well, they know that from the beginning with Luke.
Yeah, those that don't know,
that's why That's why Fund My Comic was built.
Yeah.
You know?
For those that aren't aware, Mike Baron is a 3-time Eisner winner. Let's see, because Lone Star best of beat up Brown Gamers. Yeah. But for those you don't know,
there's any Lone Star in Private American, but okay.
Mike Baron is a legend. He is responsible. He didn't create the Punisher, but he's responsible for most of its success.
Mm-hmm.
Wrote huge story arcs in there. And he is a fantastic writer. And he is simply telling a story in Private American about an American citizen who happens to be a retired Green Beret.
Also happens to be part Cuban or Puerto Rican or something.
He is a Cuban American.
If I remember correctly.
And all he's doing is going after human traffickers and drug smugglers at the border. And a hate campaign was launched against him saying he's racist because the issue is about the border. Let that hang there for a minute, boys and girls. That's where we're at as a society today.
Yeah, because the vigilante is down there protecting the innocent immigrants trying to get across and the ones that are being raped and forced to carry fentanyl or whatever. He's down there protecting them and saving them from the bad guy. The bad guy not being them, but being the cartels. Yes. Now, why do we have to defend the cartels? This goes to real shit right
because
now.
The CIA's been funding them for years. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to go there.
But we don't have to protect them. As a people, we don't have to play into that.
How dare you?
Listen. Somebody, and I'm not going to mention names because I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but somebody got triggered by Mike Baron on a panel. And they said, how is it not political that he's taking the law into his own hands? I said, have you ever read a comic book? Ever? All superheroes take the law into their own hands. That's why they exist. It's what they do. How are you going to get triggered over something like that? I mean, holy cow.
Yeah, Mike's right here. Wheeler says, and that's the last we ever see of Tanner. Oops.
Yeah. You hear that? Mr. Hurley would like to talk to you.
Oh no!
I'm expecting you, comrade.
Yeah, they'll come mess with him over common knowledge. They act like we don't know all that.
I love that.
I lived in Phoenix for 35 years, and like border issues are much more local news. There than if you live in Georgia, you don't hear the whole story, right?
Oh yes, we do.
Now,
let me tell you a true story. When I was living in San Diego,
the internet makes that possible, but 20 years ago, you didn't know what was going on the border.
No. We saw it here. You got to remember, the largest airport in the world is 20 miles that way. Okay, it's the transportation.
Ain't got nothing to do with people coming across the border.
Okay,
that's what I'm talking about.
But hear me. When I went to into the Navy, I was stationed on the West Coast in San Diego. Now, I can read a map. I knew San Diego was Southern California, but I literally did not have a clue how close we were to Mexico until one day my bicycle was stolen when I turned my back on it for 30 seconds. This was my only means of transportation in San Diego. I wasn't going to move my car across the country on an E3 salary. So I called the police, and they laughed. They said, yeah, buddy, your bicycle was in Mexico before we even got the call. And I said, what? And he pointed across the parking lot. He said, that's Mexico. Who knew? So yeah, that was my first experience with that kind of shit. But yeah, you're going to get Clinton.
Well, I just want the chat and everyone to know that I am 100% not suicidal. So if something happens to me,
if you Clintons you are, you'll shoot yourself in the back of the head 3 times. There's a meme of, and I wish I had it, of Hillary writing a letter. It says, "Dear so-and-so, I'm sorry to hear about your impending suicide." This is the world we live in, boys and girls. God bless Riley Gaines. You don't know who she is. She's the swimmer who had her title stolen by that Leah Thomas, or whatever the name is of the guy that's still a physical male who calls himself a woman. And you know what? She took it
balls a step for aerodynamically, like
she's suing. She's suing the NCAA for allowing it to happen, and she's suing the college, and she's suing Leah Thomas. Good for her. Good.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, in light of that, Congress has passed a bill. It'll get vetoed by the idiot in the White House, banning biological men from competing against biological women for scholarships and for titles in women's collegiate sports.
That's the way it should be. Look, do you guys remember when women really fought really hard to get their own fucking sports?
Yeah.
Get their own divisions so that they could go out and compete against each other. Y'all remember that?
She swam her balls off.
I'm just, you know, yeah, she literally
in the world as a man doesn't mean you get to go act like a woman and be number one.
And hear what I'm saying.
You are still 400th in the world.
Yeah.
You suck. Period.
One thing we gotta remember here, okay? And I'm gonna clearly state this, and this is the policy of the Madness Network and of my show. We don't care if you're trans. Be trans. You do you. There's 2 things you're not gonna do though. You don't get to impede on women's rights, and you leave the fucking kids alone. Having said that, the content of the show expresses the opinions of, well, no one really, but certainly not that of the Madness Comic Network, its sponsors, contributors, staff, or third cousins. It is intended for mature audiences. You have been warned. We don't care. We don't care about what
Dotson,
you do. Dotson,
we have Dotson here.
Yes, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
I do have one
Nobody
personal
cares.
opinion though. I think that this word that they use to describe people who just aren't down, this transphobic word.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that's scared of trans people.
Yeah.
Not a single person that's scared of them. Okay. I know people that are A, disgusted, and B, don't like the way that they're moving toward the kids. Okay.
Right.
Period. Okay,
right.
Those things are an issue. Okay, you don't fuck with the kids, right? As soon as you start messing with somebody's kids, you have woken mama bear, you have woken protecting papa, and now it's a whole different fucking ball game.
What did you hear about? You know, Caitlyn
10
Jenner
years
came
ago,
out.
nobody gave a shit.
Nobody Did you hear what Caitlyn Jenner said about all that?
No, tell me.
That you know, she's basically blaming you know, the trans community of destroying the parental units and went on a big rant about that. But you know,
I mean,
and then it's just funny because you know it's coming straight from the horse's mouth. You know,
parents have to step up and know that if you want your child to grow up to be the person they're supposed to be, you nurture that, you encourage the things that they like to do or whatever, but you don't fucking mess with their gender, dude. They get to figure that out when they become an adult after puberty. That's kind of what puberty's about. Okay.
When you're old enough to go in the military and die for your country, you can make those decisions then.
Look, if you use puberty blockers and shit like that, you are depriving that child of ever making their own decision.
That's human experimentation. Okay,
You
period.
deprive that child of ever making their own decision about their own life.
Yes, and it's experimentation on human beings. There's no science behind this other than contrary science.
And the other thing I have to go out there and say, because science backs this up, is there are two genders. And I back that up with because there are only two gender reassignment surgeries. Two genders, not one. There's not 100 different surgeries that you can do.
That's a good point,
become
Pops.
something else.
That we've all said, if there are a bazillion different genders and it's just a construct, what are you transitioning from and what are you transitioning to?
And there goes the string.
Did we get taken down? But listen to me. Hear me. As a Christian, and someone is living a lifestyle that my faith tells me is wrong, I don't oppress them. I pray for them. Okay. I'm not transphobic. I'm not homophobic. It's safer to say you are heterophobic and bibliophobic. Okay.
I just say, do your thing, right? But at least, you were an adult when you made that choice, right?
It's your thing. Do what you want to do.
At least let the kids become adults before that choice is. Don't make that choice for them. That's all I'm saying. That's where it becomes wrong. That's where you cross a line. That's where you involve parents.
Now let's tie this back into the comic book world here, because this is where comics went sideways. They decided they would latch on to this artificial social movement, and it is artificial. It's launched purely from academia, and try to ram it down people's throats. And the entire world went, I don't think so, Scooter. And now we have independent comics exploding as they should. What's up, Jeff?
What's up going on, Jeff?
Good to see you.
Well, I have no idea what I just said. I just mixed up like two different greetings.
We understood you clearly.
You got Biden.
Yeah, we understood you clearly, Mr. Biden. The former vice president is, according to the press secretary, the best communicator in the White House.
Yeah, well, that doesn't say a lot for his staff, does it?
Well, my question is, how fucked up you got to be that it makes him look good? No. I don't know, boys.
I heard he's running for a second term.
Yeah,
but,
yes. Thank God.
But he's not allowed to do any.
Well, of course he's not.
What do you call them? Debates.
You got to go through the basement. You can't have no debates. You can't have no live appearances. And you got to have them mail-in ballots. Got to have those. Can't do it without those.
Yeah.
Ain't that right, Georgia? Ain't that right, Georgia?
Yeah. And Arizona.
And Michigan. I know.
But this is the thing. Here's the only response to the fact that Joe Biden has declared his intent to run for president. Good. I hope you win the nomination, because a styrofoam cup could kick your ass in a debate. You have nothing to run on, nothing but failure.
They'll dodge the debates. It'll be all recorded canned shit that gets put out there. You know.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about
everything's just.
Hold on. Time out.
Yeah.
Gotta stop everybody. We are tiptoeing up to a topic that YouTube will take you down for. Don't discuss that process where people put votes to select things. Yeah. Can't discuss that.
2,000 Mules, baby. Just go watch 2,000 Mules. That's all you got to do.
and we slowly digress.
Here's what we're going to do, boys and girls. It is that time of the show where we share the link. If you want to come on and hang out and talk shop, you are welcome.
Why don't you let me do a little crime con?
We're going off the rails on a crazy train.
Yep. So, what's going on with CrimeCon 3rd anniversary?
Yeah, CrimeCon.
All right, this is what we got for you. Friday night. Okay, first Friday at 5:30 Eastern, we're going to have a launch party. for Avalon for their next book. So Brandon going to be out here. Laurie's going to be running that. We got, action, right? We got a launch party kicking off CromCon this month. 7 o'clock, we got Timothy Fling's going to be out here with Kelly Gunther, and I can't remember, I'm sorry, the name of the other lady, but they're cosplayers from the cereal box. And they're going to be out here. And then at 8 o'clock, we got Ask Chuck Dixon live. Chuck Dixon's going to be here. You guys are going to be able to come out, ask your questions live. Like, he does the regular show where people email in questions and he answers them on his show and it's recorded. This is going to be Chuck going to be here. We're going to be hanging out.
You may have heard of Chuck Dixon. I'm not
you
sure.
May have. You may have. And he's going to be
God,
here.
I hope so.
Going to be able to come out and ask your questions live. It's going to be a blast. At 10 o'clock, we got, Madness Gaming, Fallout Episode 7. And we'll be doing that until the middle of the night. And we'll be out here at noon on Saturday with the opening panel with Doc and Rich and all the usuals, Lucifer Storm and whoever else wants to come out. Michael Gotthi, Timothy Fling, Jason Sandberg, Brandon Lee, Simon Potier, Brian Christgau, and Sam Quinton round out the first segment of CromCon on Saturday.
Holy cow, what a lineup.
Saturday night we got a noob. We got Dino from Tomb of Reckoning. We're gonna meet him. We're gonna check out his campaign. We got Max at 6:30, and then at 7 the Stephen B. Draw Stream. 8 o'clock the Horror Movie Club. You guys know Brian's gonna be out here. We're gonna be looking at something, have a little something special for the CromCon episode. Sunday. Thomas Doherty from Committed Comics and Mike Barron going to be out here with the opening panel kicking shit off.
Nice.
Then 1 o'clock we got the open draw stream. We got Rich Perotta. I think Bill Moss is going to join us again. He was out here with us last week. It was a blast. Cindy Koepp at 3 o'clock. The show offs at 3:30, and then Sunday night we got Carissa and Hex, the All Good Show, and Silverline is going to end it. Unless we go longer after that with an open panel. You never know what's going to happen. It's a CromCon weekend.
What a lineup. Holy cow.
It's a CromCon weekend.
I better take my vitamins and get some sleep. I'm going to this thing. Holy cow.
The only thing that's missing is Doc's Coffee Shop kicking it up on Saturday morning.
Yeah. I'm glad we moved, though. It is a much better experience for all of us. Like today, Tanner had a doctor's appointment with his wife, but he was able to get back. Saturday mornings, that's family time, and it was getting us, y'all. It was getting us.
Right.
It was becoming, and like one other thing too. My partner at the art school, we usually paint together Saturday mornings, right? And she came over one day, and I was doing the coffee shop show. And she was like, MFer, you're always streaming. You're a painter. Come paint. And I was like, ooh, I got busted. Hey, Stephen B.
Stephen B. What's up, brother?
Dude, right there. Who needs a Viagra?
I'm trying to highlight it.
I was trying to highlight it too.
I know Ots and I actually have the same instincts about comments, so we'll click on the shit at the same time and it goes back and forth.
Yeah, when you see it go on and off like that, it's just us both trying to hit it at the same time.
Oh my goodness!
Dude, what's up, Stephen B? CromCon this weekend. We're gonna open your draw stream up like we did last CromCon, bro. It's gonna be fun.
Yep. I'm gonna be there. I know Rich will be there, and I forget who else said they were going to be there. My brain is blanking.
I don't trust Rich anytime after 5 o'clock.
Rich Perotta.
I love my dude, but sometimes he falls asleep, and then he don't show up,
Rich's ADD will kick in, and he'll go, I want to jump on his stream. And then he streams for 30 minutes, and he goes, man, I'm really sleepy. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Talking to you, Rich.
It's funny because the other day, Monday Madness is like he didn't hit me up and say, "Yo, I'm not gonna be there." Nothing. I knew he was asleep because there was nothing and nothing and nothing. And then the next day he posts something. I was like, "Oh, you're finally awake, huh?" And he excused me, and I'm like, "Yeah, Monday Madness. You forgot, right? You're excused."
It happens. It happens. We make a pretty good paycheck for doing our shows.
Oh yeah, and, we're raking it in, bro.
Yeah, we had to dock Rich's pay for missing his show on the Madness. And
oh no, he don't say that because he's Monday Madness ain't his. He would never claim that show.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
He won't claim it. He won't. That's
true. Even though it is. Shh.
He'll claim the draw stream and then he'll leave early.
Yeah. Now, there's been some stuff going on this week, and I'm going to be very delicate how I phrase this. But there was a controversy between a writer and a penciler. The writer paid for some work, a lot of work, over $3,000 worth, and they did that back in the middle of last year, and still haven't gotten all the work. That's a heck of a long time. So they got into it on a live stream.
Oh,
and the writer said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And the artist said, "Yeah." Well, he shouldn't have. But it's kind of divided the chat, and it bothers me because I share my chat with both of these other guys, and I don't like to see the fighting. I don't like to see any of the ugliness, but I am going to say this. If you're an artist and you're listening to me right now, deliver what you promise. Don't take work you can't do. And if you are a writer or a publisher, never pay 100% up front. You pay 50% at the most. And then you pay the balance when you are happy with what you've gotten. Not just because I send you, if you hire me, and I send you some shit pages, that don't work. Okay. You got to be happy with the product. Hey, welcome, Sketch. What's going on, bro?
Not much. How's it going, guys? Sorry, I was trying to.
How you doing?
Good. I was trying to get the noise level down. My dog is over here messing with her chew toy.
Okay. We don't care. We
don't mind.
Oh, what's going on? I mean, I heard that lineup. That's a pretty big lineup. I didn't even know who Bill Moss was not too long ago, and I saw his website and stuff. I was like, damn, that's good stuff.
Yeah,
man. Bill Moss has been doing some awesome shit since the 90s. Oh my God.
I jumped on his website and his YouTube, and I was like, it's like, oh, this is cool. And then I look, I'm like, I just spent 2 hours just like skimming through stuff. I'm like, that's somebody's they're good. And I like the fact that he actually puts his prices. Like, if you want a commission or if you actually want to hire him for a book, he has all that right there.
Yeah.
Kind of like makes you feel like walking into that, corner store that's owned by the Asian people. It's just got the prices everywhere.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the picture of the sticker?
Yeah. Now, Bill Mouse is somebody you know that you didn't know you knew when you see his work. It's like, oh, I know this guy.
I recognize his work. I'm like, I've seen this in comics before.
Yeah.
And in fact, like, he has a very, like, he changes his style. Like, I like that he has a very traditional style if you look at his older stuff, but he also has a very cartoony style.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I like the cartoony style because it's it's easier on the artist. A lot of people don't know that.
If you backed his book Nera X during the launch party that we had last week, you're gonna get this sticker right here.
Yep.
No.
See, I'm a big fan. Like,
I like that.
I
got
one of those too.
Is that the troll in the reflection of the sword?
Yeah, that's Crom. That's Crom in the reflection of the sword.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet. I actually like that sword.
Yeah,
I know, right?
The whole thing's badass, dude. I was just like, yeah.
Put that back up there, Tanner. Is that the book?
Oh, well, no, this was an exclusive, like a mouse pad. I don't know. It's metal.
Yeah, that's like a tile.
Yeah.
That is sweet. See, I love that kind of art. I remember like back in 2003 when I had my comic book stand, like a lot of that was really coming through Image, and I was like, man, this is pretty cool. Like you had Joe Mad in the late '90s and Humberto Ramos doing the the
Humberto
mix.
Ramos.
Yeah,
97
trill, brother.
97 backers on that one, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Backers.
You guys don't roll your R's, right?
No, we don't roll our R's.
No, I can't roll my R. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm like
my buddy Jose Trujillo.
Would that I could, but I can't.
Well,
buddy Jose Trujillo.
My
I said his name correctly, and he goes, "Yeah, don't do that, white boy."
Yeah, I have friends that would try to say Ramos because that's my last name as well in the service, and I was like, nah, just say Ramos, man. It sounds really bad coming in.
There you go. 97 backers on that one. Bill Moss kicking ass, baby.
Not surprised.
Oh man, I was talking to Niobe, Larry from Niobe, and Tyler Draws, and I went through their Kickstarter stuff. And Kickstarter, like, it's so sad. Like, I really would love to see a lot of these creators jump over to Fund My Comic because they have some pretty good manga stuff and mech stuff. And I'm like, man, I would love to see that over there with Luke Stone. Like, because I want to back these things, but I really want to back things on Fund My Comic right now because I want to make it big enough to where
same.
It becomes a player in the game.
We got to put some skin in this game, boys and girls. If you want a free speech platform, you got to put your money where your mouth is, and that's over at Fund My Comic.
I know.
Hey, I'm all about the collect
before because they were saying that names like Michael Bancroft is doing his own website, and I'm like, yeah, but Bancroft is big though already. Like, Fund My Comic to me, like when Dillard jumped on it, I'm like, that's good because Dillard's a little bit bigger than us, and it's really good that he start there because that's going to give them a good launch. And now you are going over, Doc, with Pariah Blood and Mud.
Yes, we're going to take it over there. Everything I do from now on, unless something goes horribly sideways, and I pray it doesn't. Hey, Pops, we forgot to take our regularly scheduled break. Why don't you roll a couple of commercials from some friends of ours while everybody takes the opportunity to warm their coffee up. I'll be right back.
Since we're talking about Fund My Comic, how about we roll something that's on Fund My Comic?
Dillard.
Let's do it.
I don't have Dillard's trailer.
Go there.
I got this one, though. And I just got this one last night. This will be the first time we play this one on the network. Check this one out.
Fantastic stuff. All right, I'm going to share this one. Let me share screen here. By the way, my brilliant plan to use my Yeti to keep some hot coffee right here. Yeah, that only works if you keep the lid on it.
All right, they make specific Yetis for that. You know that.
Can you share that for me, Pops?
I gotta straighten something out for Carrie. Carrie, if somebody's doing a film or anything, all they got to do is go talk to Luke. He didn't say that they're not going to do stuff like that. It's just comics is what he knows, right? Comics is where the issue is. But by all means, if a creator has something else, an anime or something, go talk to Luke.
All right, let's take a look here at the video for Canadian Tussle by John Dillard.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing over there? Put that thing away. Don't be a dirty birdie like this chump. Get your entertainment the safe and easy way by backing the Buckler Canadian Tussle. Live now on Fun My Comic.
Love it.
The great John Dillard. Hello, Fanta. Hello, Billy. Yeah. Yep. Dillard is talented. He's multi-talented to the point where I hate him. Dillard and I are competing. Right now I'm ahead in funding, but like he said, you know, he only set up his funding for $50.
Hey, Fanta.
So he definitely funded before I did, but his next stop, he said, is $500,000. I'm like, that's all you, baby. You go. Yeah. Interested in finding out how they got past being able to use Stripe for the payment processor. That wasn't allowed before. I don't know, Mike, but that's a good question. You can absolutely ask him. Oh, listen, you know, it's a friendly kind of hate. Dillard is a friend, and he has a wonderful acerbic wit, and we frequently joust, but it's all done in love. I will promote him. He's promoted me. He's a good guy. Like him a lot. American Comics is here. It's great to see you, my friend. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. What was $40, Fanta? Mike Wheeler says, Doc, I'm going to send you something. Okay, send away. Dawn says she's got to run and go do adultery.
Whoa.
She's got to go do her adult stuff that she didn't do yesterday.
I was about to say, at least she's being honest, right?
You know, I'm just saying.
Right?
Hey, y'all, I got to go do some adultery. I'll be back. Oh, Dillard's goal was $40. Yeah. And when I move Pariah over there, I'm going to fund it for like $20 because it's already fully funded. We're going to go to print, but that's where I want my in-demand to live is over on Fund My Comic.
There you go.
Why do I want to do business with somebody that hates me?
Yeah, honestly.
I'm not doing that. Oh, my goodness. Anyway.
Well, technically, we do that every time we pay our taxes, don't we?
Well,
oh my gosh!
And how can you argue with that? I mean, you know,
some thoughts should stay in your head, Dawn. We know. I know, honey. I was just, you know, I got to use the material you guys give me, or we get no laughs. Come on. Chat is lighting up. Oh, let me see. See, about the time we get to closing time, we start hitting our stride, our audience. Listen, guys, we're here Wednesdays at 1:00. come on, make sure you're here. Hang out with us as we review memes, talk about great moments in comics, talk about current social and cultural issues, and have a few laughs. All right. And, just so you know, don't get all turned off. We won't have sketch on here every time.
Well, that's probably why your numbers are down, but we'll discuss that off air.
I don't know. I didn't help it earlier.
Actually, yeah, he tried to get us killed earlier. No, I met Sketch when I first came to the community. He's always been a great guy. He's a veteran. He's also Army. I'm surrounded by all these Army pukes.
Heck yeah.
He's a good guy. I always like having you on, buddy.
Well, what do you expect? We're landlocked, man.
Yeah.
Tanner said he's not afraid of the Clintons. We said we're not afraid of anybody else.
Yeah, Tanner's trying to get us killed. He said, I'm afraid of no Clintons.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
See, I ain't playing.
I won't back down.
See, I ain't playing.
I'm Clinton phobic.
I ain't scared.
Where's the diary? Where's the client list? We all want to know.
Yeah,
all want to know.
Client list.
I want the black book. I want Giselle's
How can you be locked up for that particular crime, but there's no list? Just saying. Jeffrey Epstein did not Clinton himself. There, I said it. I mean, kill himself.
I mean, we got an idea of who's on the list. Just check all the people, all the big names that have moved out of the country recently, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm now a citizen of Greece. Oh yeah, where we don't have extradition, right?
Yeah.
I hear you, Tom. I hear you.
Right?
Yeah.
And he was on 2 lists because he was on the Wayfair one too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
When even the Queen of England can't protect you,
Oh, I know, man.
Just saying. Yeah.
Hey,
It's good people. Look, here's my policy in life. If you're a good person, we'll get along fine. If you're an asshole, we won't. I don't like assholes. Simple.
I personally do because they're usually more honest. You know where they stand.
Well, you can't argue with that logic either, though.
Yeah, but you can be honest with people without being an asshole. By being an asshole, I mean people who try to hurt people's campaigns.
Yeah.
People who try to slander other people or tear people down. Look, man,
those are not assholes. Those are dicks.
Yeah, that's okay.
Dicks try to fuck you. That's why.
Okay. All right. We're.
I don't know. I've heard about some sucking assholes too.
We're
like
over here on our side of the
suck
aisle because the other side operates that way.
Is that like sunflower seeds?
Sucking on their damn sunflowers.
Hey, we don't talk about rated R material here. You're bringing up sunflowers again.
Yeah, sunflowers. That's sexual content. We can't bring that up.
That's for Doc's OnlyFans.
Yeah, you got to back
we got a new segment here.
You got to back Pariah Blood and Mud because I don't have a body for OnlyFans. I'm just saying.
If that really was sexual content, I would challenge you to make an OnlyFans and then tell Dillard your numbers. Look at Doc. The wheels are turning.
It's like, wait a minute.
Either the wheels are turning or he needs to have a movement. Which one is it, Doc?
I don't know. Fanta told me. She said, I don't know, Doc. She said, OnlyFans has a category for everybody. You can get your dad bod on there. I didn't know whether to be flattered or insulted. I mean, But in my case, it would be a granddad bod. So.
Well, that's the thing, too.
If there's not a place for it on OnlyFans, there's definitely a place for it on the hub, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
On the hub?
On
what? The hub.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, the porn hub.
Oh, good morning.
Tanner, you weren't supposed to know what it is either.
Anybody that's been in the military knows.
His wife's going to storm in there. How did you know what that was?
Oh, no. No, she won't.
All right, boys and girls, it's about that time. We've had a great time today. I want to thank Sketch for coming out and hanging with us. Pops, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for having me.
Want to always thank my co-host Tanner, without whom blah blah blah. Thank the chat, Don, Fanta, Billy, friggin' Shadowhawk popped in here, Stephen B popped in here, Carrie, always lovely to have you. Sketch, of course, Dawn, Mike, who am I forgetting? Woody.
Fanta.
I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. But without you guys, there's no point in doing any of this. So thanks for hanging out.
Named off a lot.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. And Pops, play us out of here, will you?
Roll that wonderful bean footage.
Let's see. What do we got? How about human hunters? Human hunters.
America's southern border has become a war zone. Human traffickers, drug smugglers, and terrorists flow across the Rio Grande with impunity, secure in the knowledge that no one will stop them. A distant federal government lectures Americans on their privilege while punishing overworked Border Patrol agents who were helpless to stem the tidal wave of invaders and determined migrants. Second-generation Cuban-American Marcos Zamora is a military vet, more patriotic than most Americans. No longer able to ignore the chaos at his doorstep, he acts. Joined by his best friend Gus, they hit the border every night, saving lives while stopping violent drug cartels and other opportunists. The government reacts with fury at Marcos' attempts to preserve American sovereignty, deploying the full might of their enforcement agencies. But Marcos understands that the only thing the rich and powerful fear is bad publicity, and he records every encounter. Whoever he is, this private American must be stopped. Illustrated by Richard Bonk and written by Eisner winner Mike Barron, Private American is his version of Captain America, and maybe a little Punisher, taking part in this ongoing, violent, and very real battle of good versus evil in the war for American sovereignty. Grab your copy at theprivateamerican.com.
We have a secure border, and that is a priority for our administration.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.